Welcome back to Movement Project PT. Tim Rementer, Doctor of Physical Therapy. And if you're experiencing spinning type dizziness or vertigo, you're going to want to try the Epley Maneuver to effectively treat it. This maneuver was first described in 1980 by Dr. John Epley. So before we do the Epley Maneuver, we need to find out which side our problem is truly coming from. Typically, your involved side will be the side that causes you symptoms when you roll or turn in that direction. But that's not always the case, so that's why we want to jump into the Dix Hallpike test. To do the Dix Hallpike maneuver, grab yourself a pillow and place it a few inches from the end of your bed. Then you turn your head to the right 45 degrees, lift the chin 30 degrees, and bring yourself down so the head hangs over the pillow. If this is your involved side, it's going to bring on a tremendous amount of dizziness. You want to stay there until the dizziness subsides, and then we know that we can move forward with the Epley maneuver to the right in this case. Whichever direction your head is when you go down, that's the side that your problem's on. Same thing on the left. If the right was not a problem, lift the chin, head turn 45 degrees. We go down and hang off of the pillow. Now, if neither of these sides produce your symptoms, chances are you do not have positional vertigo, and you want to reach out to your physician or movement specialist to try to get to the bottom of your problem. Now, let's say for the sake of the video that our problem is on the right side, the right inner ear canals. We're going to leave our pillow just like we did for the Dix Hallpike test, and we're going to get into the same start position with our back facing the pillow and our legs straight out in front of us. Again, we'll go 45 degrees to the right, 30 degrees extended with the chin up, and we go down over the pillow, extending our head. Typically in the physical therapy office, we'll have someone's head hang off of the table, but since you'll be doing this yourself, you don't have that luxury, so you can just use the pillow. Now you want to stay here until that significant, strong dizziness goes away, plus 30 seconds. So you should be completely symptom-free before moving on to the next step. Once you feel that you're back to baseline plus 30 seconds, you're going to keep the chin up 30 degrees and you're going to turn your head 45 degrees to the other direction. This may produce dizziness. In fact, every position of this treatment could cause dizziness as we move the crystal around from one part of the canal in our inner ear to the other, eventually back to the central region. Same deal, wait till symptoms are gone, plus 30 seconds, then we move to the next phase of the test, which is to roll to your left side, keeping the head in the exact same position relative to your body. So we tell patients to be prepared to look to the floor when they're on their left side, and you want to keep that chin over toward that shoulder. Bend your right knee, which is going to help you roll. Start to move your butt, get your hand there so you feel protected, and roll all the way over. Again, wait till your symptoms are gone, plus 30 seconds, and then you can move on to the next part of the test, which is going to be coming to a sitting position. We want to maintain this position of our head relative to our body so that we don't allow that crystal to go backward in the canal. Drop the legs off the edge, keep chin over to the shoulder, sit straight up. If it produces dizziness, again, wait 30 seconds before straightening your head out, and you're all done. Now from there, we can rest typically 5 to 10 minutes and possibly try a second treatment and even up to a third treatment. I typically do 2 treatments on the first day, and that usually gets us the results we're looking for. Now typically we tell patients for the next 24 hours after doing this test, you want to avoid doing anything that may produce symptoms or bring that crystal back into the canal. This would include lying down flat, so make sure the evening after you do your test, you try to sleep elevated at least 30 degrees. Now research is somewhat controversial on this topic and has shown that there's not a real significant difference between doing those activity changes or modifications and not doing them, but better safe than sorry. Often people wonder how this little maneuvering of our head and body around can cure what seems to be such a horrendous problem like vertigo. The way it works is we have these buildup of crystals that break off in our inner ear and provide a false stimulation to your brain telling you that your head is spinning. There's a tight connection between your inner ear and your eyes, which is what causes that nystagmus, or that eye jumping back and forth movement that occurs when we're examining you in the centers. That also produces that sensation that things are spinning around as your eyes jump. So you have this crystal that's stuck in your canal, and the goal is to get it over to this other side, but you can't get there in this fashion, so we need to go all the way around. We lie back down on our right side. That brings the crystal down to this part of the canal. Then when we turn our head to the left, in the case of a right-sided crystal, it goes to that part of the canal, and when we roll to our side, it brings it over. We keep our head turned that way when we sit up, and then we are back where we want to be, and hopefully all your symptoms are resolved. If you're having more difficulty and this does not solve your problem, make sure you reach out to your PCP for a referral to a movement specialist that focuses on treatment of vertigo and the vestibular system. Now, one thing I found in practice is that the neck is extremely stiff for a lot of these folks suffering from vertigo. So that can be an issue when you're trying to do the Epley maneuver, because your neck simply doesn't extend to the 30 degrees required to get an optimal result. So what we will do in therapy is spend several weeks working on improving neck mobility first, and then we're able to typically get the results that we desire with the Epley. Please comment if you found this video helpful, especially if it helped eliminate some of your dizziness. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to help me on the mission to cut out unnecessary surgery and opiate use.